Principal of Indravan Bihari Lalaki.
Jai.
Sit down, everybody.
Sita.
Welcome to our third session of Bhagwat. Tonight I have somebody who's reminded me of what Parforce Temple on the hill used to sound like a long time. Everybody give Mr. Narad Maharaj a round of applause. Singing in this melodious voice as if it is yesterday. God bless you, Uncle. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Glad to be here.
Thank you. Tonight, everybody, we continue. In our first discourse this morning, we spoke about who is Daksha, the creation. We started off with Raja Parikshit, the person who is listening to Bhagavad, wanting to know, according to Hindu, my language, Hindu, Sanatan Dharma, what is creation? How does creation start? And then in that conversation, we learned what is Om. Why do you say Om in front of your mantras? What it represents. And it have a lot of explanation. In that, we heard where Daksha is the big brother of Narad Muni. Narad Muni. And Narad Muni gets a shrap from his big brother, because Narad, being the younger brother, he was chosen to become the guru of Daksha's sons. This is very early in the creation. Brahma, his father, says, Daksha, I want you to go forward and make life. And Narad Muni went and take all the children the man make and say, listen, don't go into householder lifestyle. When you get wife, there's stress. When you get children, there's stress. That they will just take everything from you. You go and pray to get liberation. And all the children did that. After trying to have his goals met and to see his children, a wonderful discourse played off between Daksha and Narad. Daksha says, how do you give somebody who has no experience, who has not lived, who has not matured, taken the opportunity to see good and bad in things like marriage or householder lifestyle, and then in it find the discipline to say, okay, my language again, I like doubles, I know what a doubles is, I'll give it up. I could choose to know the sweetness of it, and I'll walk away with responsibility. Whereas these fellas have no experience, they know nothing. And you're telling them to go and become sannyasi, live in the forest, never know what it is to have someone as a consort, never know the joy of holding your child, never knowing these things. The day they come to it, the day it is appearing in front of them, my children will get lost. And it is reminiscent, I made the point, that the person who is the poster child for this type of distraction, we hear in Ramayana, Tulsidas Ramayana, that Raja Dashrath did a yag to get Sri Ram and his brothers. But sometimes the part we dismiss is who do the prayers for him. A person by the name of Shringi Rishi is the Pandit. Shringi Rishi is the son-in-law of Raja Dashrath. And to get Shringi Rishi to come and do that prayers, it had a little leela to play. Shringi Rishi daddy say, you ain't gonna know nothing about no lady. Frank comment, stay in the bush. Do not listen to any sensual music, nice music. Don't get captivated in that. You stay one side from householder people and all the sweet music and the things, the niceties that distract a person. If you cannot see it out of mind, out of heart, you're going to grieve for nothing. But one day, knowing this, the same Raja Dashrath and a person by the name of Raja Lomapad sent a beautiful Gandharva to distract the young boy. And that same Shringi Rishi sees the girl, but he never saw somebody with delicate features, no beard on her face, for example, developed body. Saw features. Poor thing, he went home and he says, Dad, I saw a Kritya. Because I never see a man look like that. I saw a Kritya. I don't know what it is. And I couldn't take my eyes off of her. The next day when the father leave, he said, don't go back there. Shringi still went back. And the girl was playing she little innocent music, whatever, and dancing, and Shringi couldn't give up that looking. He's captivated. And he leaves the father ashram and comes out. In that Valmiki Ramayana, that is where they get Shanta, the big sister of Ram, married to that Shringi. And they tell him, we'll marry you to this girl, okay? If your father-in-law ever asks you to do a prayer, you have to do it. No problem. And this is where Shringi Rishi, with all that potency and power he had gained in the forest, comes to do the prayer that will bring Sri Ram. It teaches about, in the argument between Daksha and Narad, is it really the experience that will break your child, or the responsibility of teaching properly? You could show somebody something, that doesn't make them bad. And he told Narad, because of this, what you've done, my children, you will never have a householder lifestyle. You will be like a Roman, the book says, Roman dog, going from place to place. Go, never stay too long in one place. Never attach yourself to anything. And this is why when you're watching the Indian movie, how Narad is always on the move, always going helter-skelter, Narayan. He tells him further in Skanda Puran, he says, you will be the news carrier. Every time you go by somebody, you will have to tell them something. And it turns out it became a blessing because it triggered the work of Lord Vishnu. When he goes, for example, to Raja Kans, Kans was going to let all the children of Devaki get away. But Narad is the one, are you sure? You're sure you want to take a chance? That fella Vishnu is very cunning, you know. Next thing you see, he doesn't come as the last child, he comes as the first child. Are you going to spare them? And there is where Kans, taking that, my word, chin up, that influence, becomes the Rakshas, becomes very bad. Lunchtime we spoke about the history of Narad Muni. And now, the question that Raja Parikshit wants to hear about, as we're on the topic of Daksha, why really did Daksha and Lord Shiva have such a falling out? Why is it in Bhagavad, we are in Skanda 4, chapter 7, why is it, 3 to 7, why is it this hatred, this destruction, all of this, why did this happen? Tonight, as we are about to enter into this discourse, let's all stand as we begin with Arti. Put your hands together. For those of you viewing on the various platforms, welcome. Day 1, session 3 of this 2026 version of our Bhagavad. We invite you to join with us. Sajam cha Varti sanyukta Grahina yojitam mayam Deepam grahana devesham Trailokya timirapaham Jai Jai Bhagwat Bhagwan ki hai aarti पापियों को पाप से तारती जय भागवत Everybody, let's sing together. भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही जग के मंगल के आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की Everybody है आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला
है। सुख करनी है दुख हरनी
है, सुख करनी है दुख हरनी।
ये मधुसूदन के आरती।
Everybody को पाप से है आरती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है आरती।
ये मधुर बोल जग पंड खोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला।
ये मधुर बोल जग पंड खोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला।
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही,
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही,
प्रभु की महिमा की आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है आरती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है आरती।
Let's pray together, everybody.
गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपेतजम्बू उमासुतं
विनाशकारकम्
नमामि विघ्नेश्वर सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये।
Come on, everybody, together.
शरण्ये नारायणी
नमोस्तुते।
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो
महेश्वर,
गुरुर्साक्षात्
परब्रह्म,
तस्मै श्री
गुरवे नमः।
ॐ नमो
भगवते
वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो
भगवते वासुदेवाय।
One more time, everybody.
ॐ नमो
भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Devotees, please have your seat. Make yourself comfortable. Pray. Invite them outside to come sit down and join with me now. Tonight we are going to go into this section that explains the history. If you are a stranger to Bhagavad, if you are accustomed, but in everything, I like to make sure you walk away learning something. It is paramount that when we have yagya, this sacrifice, as we emulate the person who is listening in this text, he's a fella highly born. The person listening to this book in this conversation is somebody, we've been talking about him all day, Raja Parikshit. He is the grandson of Arjun who stands on the Bhagavad Gita with Lord Krishna. Very highly placed person. The name Parikshit, Lord Vishnu went into his mother's womb. And when in the Mahabharata war, he was under attack by somebody named Ashwatthama. Lord Vishnu shields that belly, but the awareness to be able to see and remember from times before, he has it. And when he's born and he could communicate with the mother, let's say 5 and up, he says, Ma, is that guy who is watching me there? Is that the fella I saw in your belly? Is that the boy? Is that the person who was in the belly shielding me as if it were protecting me from the fire that was coming into your belly for me? And the mother didn't understand what he was talking about. But it turns out he remembers seeing when you hear somebody says, Lord Vishnu has lotus-like eyes, what we see on the peacock feather. It is Parikshit who gives that description because nobody else was able to see that iris, that black part of Krishna as good as Parikshit did. Parikshit, in all the good that he did, he's so strong. He is the person to fight Kali Yuga when Krishna departs the world. Kali Yuga is coming like this decrepit creature according to Bhagavad, crawling and coming with a scent, coming with darkness. He's going to take the lifespan of people. In the course of Kali Yuga, the man's lifespan goes from this to this very quickly. Today we live to see it. Parikshit beats him and he says, nope, so long as I'm on this throne, you have no jurisdiction here. Kali Yuga laughs at him and he says, but this is my time. The earth is destined to be in badness and darkness, and my time, I've been waiting for Krishna's foot to lift off. And he's gone. It's my time now. Parikshit said, mere business. Makes a deal with him. Give me 4 places to live. At least I'll have dominion over those places. He talks about the home of the prostitute, where people drink liquor, where card is played, games of gamble, chance. And he says gold. So the problem at Parikshit, one day he put on the crown on his head. And when he put it on, the darkness, when we say Kali Yuga referencing a time where your cognitive sense, where your good common sense fails you, and you become your own enemy. And when he put on the crown now, he becomes very impatient, long story short. And Bhagavad is formed because he went to the Godfather. The Godfather is not opening his eyes, in summary. And he takes a dry snake skin and he throws it around his neck. And that causes a pronouncement that, O king, you see just how you put a snake on my father's neck? 7 days, a snake is going to bite you and you'll die. So said, so done. He rushes and he's frantic, he gets sense. And the same guru has to come to help him. Listen now to Bhagavad for 7 days. In his last 7 days of your life, we'll cram it like a course 3 times for the day. Saptaha Bhagwat, that you will get just by listening to this book. The different discourses, it is not only Krishna Katha. As we are hearing today, we are listening to Daksha Katha, Narad Katha, the building of this great emissary of Lord Vishnu. The devotee is being built today. But sometimes people think Bhagavad is only concerning Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is in one canto, 10, that's it. Everything else is the different avatar, different forms of Lord Vishnu. In the same way, you and I, we have to agree we see problems in our life, health, trouble. Good people undergo trouble every day because of karma. So when we get the opportunity to purge our body, We purge the karma, the sin, the thing that is the root cause of our trouble by simply Shravanam, listening to Bhagavad. Bhagavad, that word Bhagavad, if you missed this morning, Bhagavad translates into the house, the body, that book, Pushtak, is the body of Bhagwan. Bhagavad means this is another form of Bhagwan. I have a Murti, another form of this, Shaligram, another form is the Bhagavad. If I touch my head to it, it is as if I'm touching the feet of Krishna. What is Bhagwan? You hear the word. Bhagwan is that shell, in today's case a book, in this case a Murti, that houses the prosperity of Lakshmi in the form of Bhaga, an invisible, gaseous form, liquid form, pliable form. If I touch him, that infection of Lakshmi's prosperity will come to me. She will spread and pervade over my body. When I rest this head, when I eat his prasad, anything that he touches, because he's sharing this liquid Lakshmi, it will infect my life and change my circumstance. Help me with money, help me with children, help me with school, help me with the job. If you had no control over your destiny, we've spoken earlier about the dream state. We've spoken about the patra, the lines in the hand, the lines on the forehead, all of that. It's there. It's written in the book. I have to have lupus. Okay? If I have no control over my destiny, why are you praying? Why do you do these things if, well, they had and fast in a book? And what it shows is sometimes our understanding of our God. When you call Krishna, Kripa Raj, the ability to have mercy, the man who dispense, you could be cunts, you could be really bad, to be honest, and he will still take you. Tonight we enter into another discourse, and it touches on two words in Bhagavad Gita that we need as adults to also, in the story, to have a little lesson for me. Before we go further, everybody put your hands together as we do our Sumiran. If you've never done the Sumiran, what it means is, it is an invocation. I am a sinner. I'm a very, very bad guy. You're a very bad person. We have bad things happening to me every day. But dear God, in your various forms, I'm asking permission. I'm about to hear something. And the sattvic name of Maha Vishnu is about to be chanted. But help this sinner to absorb, to listen, to learn, and wipe my slate clean, dear God. Wipe it clean. Riddhi Siddhi Data Siddhi Sadhana Varana Vadana Sumiro Barambar Madana Kadana Ke Lalako Ganapati Kripa Nidhan Jnana Kani Ananda Bhavana Dehu Mohi Vardhan Dehu Mohi Vardhan Varano Basha Bhagavatam Jai Shiva Ananda Kanda Bhutanata Bhava Bhaya Harana Bhakti Vishaya Nirvan Gauravadana Mangala Karana Ho He Braja Chandra Mukunda Brajabhushana Dushana Harana Katahu Bhava Bhaya Panda Sharana Sharana Le Anakaram Jai 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 Jagadisha Sevata Shesha Mahesha Mahima Mitra Bheva Bheda Bheda Janata Rahe Riddhi Siddhi Data
Siddhi sadhana vadana bhadana Sumiro bharambar Madana kadana ke lalako Sumiro bharambar Madana kadana ke lalako Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. In Mahabharat, in last year's Bhagavad, we heard a lot about this character called Vidur. Vidur is the half-brother of the blind king, Dhritarashtra, the person who listens to Bhagavad Gita from Sanjay. He is the brother of Pandu. And Vidur is treated horribly. He's cast out by Duryodhana. He's disowned. And when he's walking out, when they drive him, Duryodhana tell him, Mama, put down the bow and arrow, don't go with it. You might turn around the way you cross-tread with we. You might wish we bad. And you are so nasty, you will take up that bow and arrow when you go on the other side and attack us. Problem is, Vidur is Yamraj, reborn. And he's very principled, very straightforward person. Vidur is the person who learns to love Krishna in a way that me and you might dream to have. Vidur wants to know in this section, Parikshit is asking, what did Vidur ask? He is so great, I'm struggling to be a devotee like him. Tell me what he did. What did he want to know and what did he learn? What really caused the trouble between our father-in-law and our son-in-law? If Mahadev is so good, why would Mahadev allow Sati Devi? Let me get to the crux of the thing. Why? And she is God. How you going to lay a white bunch yourself, boy? How you could allow that to happen? Why would you see it and not stop it? Why? Why all this destruction and trouble? Maitreya, the person who is telling Vidur this discourse, say you ask a good question. He said, when people listen to this discourse, the sin that they have, some people have this problem, some people don't. But in Kali Yuga, you will come across people who become very confused within themselves. Long ago, let's just say, I became a husband. I used to plant cane. My job was very simple, very simple. Provide for my family, work hard, build a life, guide children. Now, just as it is described in Kali Yuga, people are born very confused. I don't know what I want to do with my life, Mahmood. I don't know what I want to study. Start one course of study, drop that. I remember Krsna had that problem with his son. Start electrical engineering, drop that. Chemical engineering, drop that. Mechanical engineering, drop that. That confusion, we have more apps and more smartphone, and it seems as if we are more confused. We have gender crisis, we have sexuality crisis. Pandit, I have a beard, but I feel as if I'm a woman. We never had that before. That's the new flavor of ice cream it have now. I fell in love with the girl, and I sang the best songs for the wedding. Buy the best ring. But I don't know if I love that girl anymore. It seems as if this confusion is rampant. In different homes, it have different types. Let's agree. But in Kali Yuga, it seems no matter what, we cannot please people. We cannot please ourselves. People reach to the age of 40 and they get so corrupted with their own self now. They are looking what friends are doing. They are looking for favor in different places and getting themselves caught up in different addictions, in different ways. This is what Vidur wants to understand. What is this? Please describe what was learned, what was the trouble, and how. Listening to this discourse, the person who gets the burden to hear it, just by listening to that sin, that I am booked, The child does not know which way is right, which way is wrong. The person is confused. That confusion has to go. And it is replaced by a goddess that brings light and clarity. I wish to do this with my life. This is who I am. This is what I want to be. And with your favor, with your strength, you pray for strength. Dear God, bless me that I must go forward and win. But suppose I am so confused, I don't know what I want. How do you take that to pray? What are you asking for? Curry today, and then tomorrow I want to make stew. Then back to curry. Up to stew. Which, imagine prayer asking me, what kind of roti you want, boy? And in the morning I thought this evening I want dumpling, and by tomorrow I want paratha. Think about the confusion in my example. Apply that to different things about investments, the job, the mortgage, the marriage. You could imagine, divorce is one monster that is roaring in many people's place. Imagine we bought a house together and that have to change. People fight now for the travel miles they accumulate on the credit card. Things that we never thought we'd have fight for. The same people fight for it. Why is this happening, and how to come out of confusion? Listen to the Katha, where the father-in-law of Lord Shiva ends up with a goat head. There was a pity I remember when we were small. Lord Vishnu is lying on Sheshnag, and if you watch carefully in that picture, you will see a human body, but a goat's head standing there amongst everybody. He says, please listen, Vidura, about what happened to answer your question. Let's join together, everybody. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jai Bhole Baba. Everybody help me sing a little bit, please. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jai Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Pura Vishwa Sajana Maitraya Samita Purushtat Yetata Mregha Sarva Saguna Manusyatam Tatra Pravishya Drishya Karma Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jaya 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 Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Pranamam Nishkadrishayatam Nam Kritaye Bhava Bhavam Udhaiva Me Chakshuye Yati Vijaya Dharana Ye Atau Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jaya Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Bhole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tab Sharanam. Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Guruji says, a long time ago, a great assembly was coming together to do prayer, a meeting. The sons of Brahma were walking in. The eldest son of Brahma is Daksha Prajapati. This is after this morning's discourse where he tried to have sons, he tried to have another 1,000 sons, and he ends up with 60 daughters. From those daughters, we heard Aditi made all the Devtas. Diti made all the Daityas, Hiranyakashipu, etc., the people who were the kings. From Dhanu came Danavas, all the mystical people, black magic, using prayer to somehow coerce people into doing the wrong thing. For example, Potna in Krishna Katha. Life is being created, fueled now by these guilds. He is very happy. The birds, the fishes, the different forms of life, the different animal kingdoms are now established. And with his head held very high, full of false pride, boasting about the expansion of his family, being able to conclude the work that was given to him by his father Brahma, Daksha has grown very, 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 abhimani, full of false pride. He has no regard for anybody. In fact, one of his elder daughters, Sati, is now married already to Shiva Baba. This is after that wedding had passed. The youngest one, Rohini, has already been married to the moon. And the father of all these children is walking in now. But two people do not get up. They're out of respect to stand and pay homage to the great personality that is coming. One, his father, Daksha, father, Brahma, which is fine. I am younger than my father. I pay homage to my father. Okay. But the son-in-law, Mahadev, Bhava, the father-in-law says, my son-in-law should pay homage to me. Feeling very insulted, starts to attack Shiva. Look at you, you vagrant. You who are always naked. You live on the cemetery ground, O Shiva. You are surrounded by unclean entities, Bhutnath. You are in charge of all the spirit things that are not rested. You are in charge of these things that feed on the energy, Pisach, energy of other beings, like a vampire, sucking the energy. This is where we are talking about things. You go to sleep, you get up in the morning, and have a blue-black mark on your arm, your leg. These type of entities that take your energy. For a lady, let's say she's pregnant, goes to sleep, body intact, baby intact if she's pregnant, and then marks on the body. Sometimes it induces bleeding, etc. Something is interfering. Those things report to you. In Hinduism, there is no devil. Everything. When we say it in other religion, it causes confusion. God make everything, but the devil is a busy man. In other words, good come from God and devil has bad. In Hinduism, everything comes from God. Depending on your karma, bad could come, good could come. Oh Shiva, you have married a girl whose eyes are delicate and soft like a deer, and you are this horrible, horrid, disgusting looking person. Look at him with his locks, with his matted locks, jangled hair. Meaning, he doesn't comb the hair. He doesn't have that vanity. When in Trinidad, we hear about Rastafarian. People who follow that in Jamaica, in our time, we had, I don't know, people my age gonna know about the maxi when they used to play it hard on the road. I remember them and ponging. In those days, it had somebody named Maxi Priest. Maxi Priest proper name, if I remember correct, is Prakash something Maharajan. The indentured laborers that went there established the worship of Shiva. So you ended up with the Rasta guy, meaning the original Rasta guy, Mahadev Baba. Hence the propagation of the use of marijuana, as it happens in some parts of India, they held on to certain things. And that culture comes from India. And this Shiv worship. He is not blue like how that picture looks. His body looks very white, swatik. When you go on the shelf there, you'll see a white lingam, swatikam or swatik lingam. Because he says, you are so disgusting. People take their dead bodies, the ash, and they rub that basma on you. And you anoint your body with that. And your followers, they use that too. You're always naked, rude. And you don't have any respect for me. Do you know who I am? You're called Shiva, meaning the auspicious one, but you show Ashiva, inauspicious ways. Your people, the people who follow you through the true tenets, they're different. They are goras, etc. Their lifestyle, it is different. The lifestyle, the way, the aggressive nature they have, it is different. And you don't want to have respect for me. I put a strap on all your followers. Nobody is going to enjoy your prasad. Nobody will want you. People will forget you. People will not follow your tenets properly. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. Subsequent to this is why when you hear the term Shiv Nirmalayam, for the ladies here who know about fixing for yaga, for prayer, while Shiva is integral in all yagya, when you are taking, like how we offer the prasad here on the shaligram, etc., we consider prasad blessed when we take from the shaligram and we take it back to mix. But the rule for Shiv worship, his prasad is called Shiv Nirmalayam. You give Shiva something, you don't touch it, you don't take it back. That's the truth. This is how our prasad for yagya became a small katura. There's nothing wrong if I give Shiva a tarya, but if you follow the rules of Shiv worship, you have to leave the entire thali by him. If you listen to Shiv Katha and you hear, when I offer go in your Bilva Ashtakam, if you offer damaged or tattered bay leaves, you will inherit eyesight problem. You will lose your eyesight. Read verse 4, you will see what I say. I offer 1,008 bay leaf. 1,008 bad leaf will only bring damage. He's a very controversial fella. He's very integral. But if the person approaches him wrongly, that form could cause more trouble. In fact, it is the goddess who cursed him. In one discourse, Mahavishnu and Lord Shiva, they are talking amongst themselves, not Bhagavad, different text, Brahma Vaivat Puran. And Lord Shiva starts to quiz Lord Vishnu now, like a child asking a guru, why is the sun in east? Why do I face east when I'm doing worship? Why do we do this? Why do we do that? Etc. Lord Vishnu started to spill the beans and teach him things that he never knew. When it's finished, do you remember the days when you receive Daksha, you have your godfather, and Guruji, especially if it's a young child, puts the person on their lap. And from there, let me say rice and dal, whatever they have, whatever you offer them, Guruji feels a morsel to the child's mouth. That prasad, that blessing is what Lord Vishnu did here. He says, Shiv Baba, we do it when we have bandara and they just take out a little pinch of food. From the jutta of the person's leaf, I feed you. Lord Vishnu says, I leave this here for you. Shiv Baba, you eat it. Lord Shiva, as he got the chance, according to that discourse, he eats it without a second thought. Reach home and tell the goddess, Mother Parvati at that time, Mother, I had such a wonderful day. Woo! Lord Vishnu, leave me some prasad and I eat it. And I felt the light of the universe pass through my body. She said, good, we're mine. And I just touch your foot. You're the head of this family. I go to you for guidance how to get liberation. Where's mine? Okay, your wife is nothing, she don't give it. What about your children? Nothing for them. Oh, Shiva. And what this man put on him here, it came back there. Nobody will eat what is offered to you. This is how you don't say Shiv Arpanam. You say Krishna Arpan. In his name. Gita is being called there. I'm giving a charity, I'm giving prasad, I'm doing something by his power, for his benefit, for his joy, with his grace. I give this today. Please witness what I am giving, doing, eating, touching. Please, Krishna, look at what I'm doing. Kripa Raj, bless me that my troubles be lessened. For that reason, this curse started here, but it finishes with Parvati. When Nandi heard this, Nandi becomes very upset. The bull, that same bull that is sitting opposite Shiva, blowing on the lingam because of the heat, the fire of the stone. Nandi sits opposite to him to help him, protect him from the fire that was consuming him when the lingam is formed. Let's hear what Nandi tells them, because he couldn't take, he couldn't handle it, he didn't like this. How could you curse my master? Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol.
Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol.
Jai Jai Radha Ramana, 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 Hari Bol.
Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol.
Buddhi paribhya ye antikam Vishwasmaranti bhakri pashu Stirakam samtetiraham Daksha ye vasaham Mukate paratha Buddhi vidyayakam Karma ye nayati Sam soumyasarahe Chakshuyaham Jai Jai Radha. Everybody.
Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol.
Jai Jai Radha Ramana, 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 Hari Bol. Jai Jai Radha Ramana, Hari Bol.
Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol. Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol.
Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. With rage, brute force, raising up into this devotee of Lord Shiva, Nandi takes from the bison form, the Vahan form, transforms into a big human. And he says, "Oh, you sinful, decrepit, do you know who Mahadev is? Do you know who he is? How dare you speak to him like that? Today I put shrap on you, O Daksha Prajapati, that may you be transformed to that what we call Bakri, goat. Because of your mouth saying stupid things. In that form, that light, that animal is full when we talk about Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. You're full of ignorance. You're talking, things are coming. How the goat does go? Bah. But it have no meaning. It has no significance. It has no benefit. None of it. For that reason, you go and become that. And when he said it, same Shiva held on to the hand of Nandi, giving him a signal, calm down, pull back, hold up. That meeting went on, O Vidur. Brigu tries to bring peace, Shanti's Bhav, Baba, Shiva. And that meeting went, finished, and years passed. But now, it is time for this father-in-law and son-in-law to have a little problem. As time passed, it was said that after achieving different accolades, it was time that Brahma anoint his big son as the head, or what we call the person in charge, the Manvantar, as a Prajapati gains a certain accolade. And to commemorate this accolade, a grand yagya, as you know the story. This yagya is about, preparations were made and it was about to happen. Great amount of meticulous care. The goal, the different mandal to the baby. Me and you doing a prayer. Let me be frank. If somebody say, I saw how you put the pan on the baby. Somebody actually, I see some people cut the tip of the pan, the head of the pan. Some people don't. What's the rule? What's the purpose of doing that? Believe it or not, it have a rule. And you're supposed to cut off the tip, stated in Padma Puran, where Lakshmi Mata says you're offering a seed, fix the seed properly. When you go and you see the person drawing a yantra on the baby, why? So that the devatas can enter from the different sides. When we are in the mode of ignorance, well, Papa, God loved me. And however or whatever I put, God will take it. And people do prayers like that every day. In this way, however it is done, God is merciful. You hear people. I remember very clear, I went to do prayers one day. And I told the man, I'm a stickler for doing things the right way. Told the man, you have to fast, you know. Okay, no problem. They reach for the prayers. Well, Pandit boy, we get through with the prayers. Yesterday I had a good hog head. And today I had a wonderful puja. So I wonder what. And I talked to you about fasting, how you could do that yesterday. He said, yes, you don't understand God in a Pandit. I said, really? Why missing? He said, God comes for what is in your heart, not your stomach. And it have people like that, unfortunately. Sometimes when you see bad things happening to people, sometimes you have to ask, why is it happening? Ain't God in charge of everybody? Sometimes people reap what they sow. Hear what he's saying in this part. Great celebration. This great yagya is coming. But how did you prepare yourself? He says, listen, Vidur, to the mistakes prayerful people sometimes make. Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam. Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam. Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Hari Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallabham Janaki Nayakam Ramachandra Bhaje Drishti Sakalam Bhavasholila Sakshi Kundali Vishnu He Bhuta Bhutapati Drijatam Sakritayesham Dvija Daksh Prajapati Sajana Samprat Achyutam Keshavam Satya Bhamadavam Madhavam Sridharam Radhika Radhitam Indira Mandiram Chetasa Sundaram Devaki Nandanam Nandajam Sandade Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Hari Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallabham Janaki Nayakam Ramachandra Bhaje Vishnave Jishnave Chakrani Rukmani Ragini Janaki Janave Vallabhe Arjite Atmane Kamsavid Vamshini Te Nama Krishna Govinda He Ramanarayana Krishna Govinda He Ramanarayana Shripate Vasudeva Chite Srinidhi Achyuta Ananta He Madhava Doksada Dwaraka Nayaka Draupadi Rakshaka Achyutam Keshavam Ram Rama Narayana Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Hari Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallabham Janaki Nayakam Ramachandra Vaje Janaki Nayakam Ramachandra Vaje. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Achyuta of this thing once again is the Achyuta Ashtakam. Achyuta is the person when everybody else will fail. Krishna is that person who does not fail me. I call upon this person who is permanent. When Draupadi is being raped, when all the husbands stand up and watching clothes pull from she body. When she's dragged, she's on her menstrual cycle and 5 husbands, not 1, 5 husbands watch you get dragged and nobody could help you. Krishna comes to help you. Achyuta. In this way, the message is sent far and wide that a great yag is coming up. And Narad Muni, we just hear about Narad. Narad Muni comes and he tells Goddess, you're going by your father's house. Real praise. It's dressed so beautiful. The place, all the food, delectable. Your favorite sweets your mother is making. When I went, she was busy. Your sisters, all of them, the young one, Rohini, all of them are there, working together. Why aren't you there? With this, she starts to want to go. But she knows, as I guess any wife would know, I know he wouldn't want to go himself because of that old enmity. He's not comfortable. But she still goes to talk to him. Let's hear what happens when the goddess Sati went to talk to Shiva. This is where Parikshit is confused. You and me, we hear this katha already. But how come Shiva could leave somebody? He does some strange thing here. One katha you hear, he licked down his son, take off the man's head. But ain't you his God? And you ain't gonna know that little boy is your son? But I there here in Princess Tongue, you supposed to know what I have in my heart. The deep dark secret. A little child said, have a lady bathing inside it, don't go. And you get so vexed that you, as the God, kill an innocent child and chop off here. What kind of God is that? It confused many people. You hear the word? Confuse. Let me talk a little bit. Mother went to hear. Let me hear what happened. Sita Rama kaho, Radhe Shama kaho. Sita Rama kaho, Radhe Shama kaho. Sita Rama kaho. Come on everybody, I sing an easy chant.
Sita Rama kaho, Radhe Shama kaho.
Sita Rama kaho, Radhe Shama kaho. Sita Rama kaho, Radhe Shama kaho. Sita Rama kaho, Radhe Shama kaho. Sita Rama kaho, Radhe Shama kaho. Sita Rama kaho, Sita Rama kaho, Radhe Shama kaho. Radhe Shama kaho. Katham yena pitu ye kata nishaye ati deha suryatam anga hoya prapya hi vrakshayami bhuta gunayate shankar ki nyati. Sita Rama kaho, Radhe Shama kaho. Sita Rama kaho, Radhe Shama kaho. Sita Rama kaho, Radhe Shama kaho. Sita Rama kaho, Radhe Shama kaho.
सीताराम कहो राधे श्याम कहो.
Sometimes when you're praying, we don't always have to feel like we're in a Juve fete, jumping, skipping, sweating. But you get the opportunity, especially if you're frustrated in life. I don't know if you ever had the experience to experience peacefulness. For 2 minutes in your prayer, something happens and you get to catch your breath. We spoke about it in the last, where for 2 seconds, the worries, the stress, the strain, I know I have a sickness, I have a disease, but for 2 seconds, that worries did not creep into the recesses of my mind. When you reach to that peacefulness and you take to that Sita Rama Kaho, that there's nothing else for me, I could be so frustrated, I could be happy, I could be sad, I could be depressed, I could be everything. But there's nothing that will help me with my troubles, my burden, my good, my sad, my bad, more than just sing the two of them. Sing it. Sita Rama Kaho. Sing it. And just let the peace, let the goddess. Imagine you sitting where you are. And if she takes different form, maybe crazy people like your pundit expects a big crown on a beautiful lady to come shooting gold coins at me. Whereas you may expect that, just as we talk about how Lord Vishnu takes the form of the time that makes the little beard grow. It's my body, but I don't control this. It's my body, but I can't tell the hair, please, as much as I would like. Stop getting gray. Lord Vishnu says, they are my children and I play with them. Just using the beard as an example. But these stupid children are mine. Just as if you have a 5-year-old, my crazy child, still think this face is he one. I playing with it, he have no control over the wrinkle, mommy. I putting cream day and night and I don't want this wrinkle come, but it come in. But where you go say, it's my face, my head, my skin, my body. Oh, I wish if, Lord, I lost in the hair now. I wish I could tell it, stay. Don't go yet. He says, see how my children is? It's them one. But do you really control it? No. This is why when you get a chance to sing for him. But do it. He says the goddess doesn't have to come on a lion roaring like that. Sometimes the goddess comes when you have the most hurtful, harmful day and you're stressed out the most. And that peacefulness, like somebody hug you up like your mother, squeeze you and take away that pain just for a little bit. And you say it, Om Shanti, 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 you're calling on that Shanti. And not everybody have it. But when you have the blessing to experience, just for a little 2 seconds, peacefulness, empty. For 2 seconds, me, I had to think about nothing. I really just sit down and I watching, look how they cut the cloth. I didn't know they could cut cloth like that. And you just stop. You never catch yourself going by the beach and just watching the water and say, boy, look how God make things ever. God make that thing. The same God who make traffic on the road and take your last piece of brain. The same God who make hardships in relationship and make hardship with children. The same God makes some very beautiful things. But as if you take the time to just slow down and see good. Some people have it. Some people cannot do it. She goes when Mahadev Baba is in such a moment. Calmly watching how in his mind, using chin mudra. We talked about what I am saying is the Maggie. Somebody asks you, well, boy, I see this real eat with your hand. Where does eat with your hand for? Hindus believe in the power of the nerve endings in the hand. You see this gesture, this means I'm saying my prayers. And I see this in other religion. Brother, all you don't believe in idol worship. I'm saying it, Keshava bad. We don't believe in idol worship, but I see all of this put all your hands. So what I mean? Me I know boy that mean pray. Hindu mean the 5 things that I work for are recapping this morning. I prayed to God. I offer good belief with Pandit Adish, so I would have eyesight, I would have hearing, I would have competency in speech, etc. Those gifts represented by my 5 fingers on the left side. On the right hand side, I work in heart, I work in circulation, lymphatic system, etc. Right hand. Dear God, all my karma allows me to have a functioning body. Today, all I have, maybe I don't have suji halwa and all these recipes. I have this. I offer me. My being, this body is all I have. This is the most valuable thing I own. Wrinkles and gray, all. I offer that to you. This is why people put their hand together according to Hinduism. When you're accepting your Charan Amrit and you see the person, yes, right hand on top, left hand, if you missed it, but you curl the index finger, squeezing the nail to activate the little milk you'll drink here in your stomach so it goes through your aura. There's a way to do it. You know this one, Abhya Mudra, that the blessing, the Daksha is flowing. Now, Shiva is sitting very calmly. The energy of peace is on his body. He's using this. If you watch his hands, you'll see it. Calling on different Shakti, energy, Chin Mudra. It have one way it's like this on his hand and the other way is this way. When it's like this, intelligence, understanding how the universe works. I could never understand what the Gita have in it. But God, if you bless me, one day I'll have some comprehension. I'll be able to get it. This he's asking for that help. Mother saw the posture he was in. And she did not want to interfere with him from the aspect of, I know he praying, but I have to talk to him and he taking long to do his prayer. So she went and she touched him gently on the big toe and agitated the peace that he had. Vidur, when mother awakens Mahadev, she says, you know, Prabhu, when a girl leaves her father's house, she does not need dharmic principle. She does not need an invitation to return to the house of her father. But if she is out of the father-in-law's care, she has to get permission to come back to father-in-law house. There's great yagya on that side. And all my sisters, my mother, they are busy preparing, making different recipes. And I should be there toiling and helping them. I feel as if I am one side, I am isolated, and I cannot go and be of service to them. I want to go and assist them. Please favor me and allow me to go. I am begging you. Verse 14. Chapter 3. Maitreya says, Mahadev remembered the mistake that Sati made. This is reminiscent of Ramayana. Where does it fall apart between husband and wife? Mahadev Baba says, I will abandon anybody that has doubt about Lord Vishnu. Any person that doubts that man will not see me in dream, will not be protected, guided, guarded in any way if you harbor that doubt. And it so happened that when Ram and Lakshman are going through that time when they are searching for Sita, the Anteshti for, how the bird name, Jatayu, now finished. And they haven't met Hanuman yet. Roaming in the forest, Mahadev was in the air, they are on the ground in the forest, en route where they will end up meeting Sugriva, etc. And Lord Shiva says, I want to go and look for him. I want to go and see him. I want to touch him just once. Mother, let me go now. She said, who? Who? That little human? He says, Mother, no. That is Mahavishnu. Shankar Chakra Gada Padma, four-handed Mahavishnu lying on Sheshnag. Vishnu is standing right there in front of you. Can't you see him? Can't you recognize him, Mother? She says, no, that could never be. That little man is crying for his wife. He's so weakened. He's acting as if he and his wife are permanent. You have a time together and then you'll have a time where we have to separate. You come alone and you go alone is her point. He is acting as if they will be permanent, cast in stone, and they will remain together forever and ever. He is not Vishnu, I doubt. In that moment, Shiva says, I have in his mind, I have to come away from him. Shiva went under the peepal tree, banyan tree, sorry. And he says, Goddess, go and test him. Ramayana, I'm quoting. Sati Devi takes the form of Sita Mata. And if it was a man looking for the wife, and you see the wife stand up in the forest, run to the wife. Sri Ram, however, goes in front of her and he says, Goddess, Sati Devi, where you leave my friend? But she's looking like Sita. In the moment, Sati realized the mistake she made. 1, 2, 3, I leave him under the tree. Finish talk. Run back by Shiva Baba. Shiva says, did he pass the test? Did he fail the test? She says, Prabhu, I didn't doubt you, I didn't test him. Lie. In the moment, Shiva says, I cannot be with you like husband and wife anymore. When they got married, to be honest, it says 1,000 years Mahadev stayed with his wife in what we call honeymoon. As a man, he did his duty. But when this happened, there are many discourses, Ramayana included, where Shiva is teaching Sati. It becomes now like a guru and a child, teaching, talking, but never touching. He literally abandons her, consigning her to whatever is going to happen next, unguarded by Shiva. And this is where it reaches to a header. He says, Goddess, you are asking me to send you into the cave of a tiger. Do not think for a moment I am not aware of the risk of what could happen if you go there. I believe in Vasudeva. I am sitting here seeing how from the paws of Vishnu, all the different planets, the different solar systems are coming out of his body and coming in. It is an amazing thing to see. And I am just looking. I am just in full amazement to watch without thought, without effort, how he is running, using his energy to create different forms. And then in 2 seconds, the same thing he just created is coming back into him. And you have pulled me away from this moment to risk you now. You are looking at him as he is your father, and I am looking at him as he is an aggressor. When the girl leaves the father's house, we heard this morning about the blessedness, the happiness that people have. Not this morning, sorry. When I was reading the Katha with Kans. The happiness you get in your father's house for a lady, you struggle to find it in father-in-law house. You have to work for it. Because when you go there, your lifestyle change, work start. You have to become responsible, etc. He says, I understand all this, but when you become part and parcel of the son-in-law, what is the son-in-law? You stand with me. Your place is with me. And should you go there, dear goddess, I'm warning you, trouble is going to come. The insult that is intended for me will damage you. Don't do it. Don't go. Let's hear what happens as mother insists. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samsita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Yasya Loke Tvayatam Daksha Prajapatiye Pitayate Priyayatam Matayeyati Akshiniye Varahayatam Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu. Everybody. Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye Namastasye Namo Namaya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita. Mother went and she asked him and she begged him, Please send me, please send me, please send me. Use the only one who loves me, and use the one who will grant me every desire. Just this time, let me go now. And Ishwar, where this Rudraksh is about to come, knowing what is coming, says, Goddess, you want to go? Go ahead. I'm going to still send you with all the Vahan, Maniman, Mother, all of them, thousands of workers and emissaries toting gifts, riches, things to help in the Yagya. You will not be deficient. I, as your husband, will still send you with regard, will pomp and favor. Go. But dear Goddess, don't forget, I warned you. Tambaga tatrayati akshani yagya krityatam prite mrigachal ye sadar par ye nakunta pariyate ya devi sarvabhuteshu Namastasye, 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 namo namah, ya devi sarvabhuteshu shaktirupena samstita. Prem se bolo Adi Shakti Mata ki jai. Earlier today we heard how Akshni is married to Daksha, that's Sati Mata mother. When Sati arrives, the mother gets up and all the sisters all receive her with love, but the father does not receive her. He looks at her as the part of that Shiva. And because of that old enmity with him, he does not receive her. And when she came, she didn't see the name of Shiva. She did not see the prasad, the nirmalayam, the offering. Till today, we are doing Bhagwat Yagna. But this yag cannot be done without Mahadev. That same Vishnu in many instances. One example is when, if you watch this Hanuman picture where he has the boar head, Lord Vishnu is lying on the ground and he tells Ishwar, Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu have a very nice relationship. One is come as the star boy in the show. He's the lead actor beating the bad guy. And when he's finished acting, Lord Shiva always comes to say, my dear friend, it's time for you to return to Vaikuntha. He did it in Ram form. He does it, that same Shiva incarnates as the son of Krishna Samba to say, it is time for you to go back. In the form where he has that boar head, Shiva says, oh Prabhu, your work is so great. All the demons have been destroyed. It is now time for you to leave this earth. You cannot maintain your weight. He says, oh Shiva, but if I leave now, there's no Ramayana, there's no Gita, there's no Bhagavad, there's no Mahabharata, there's no record of this avatar called Varaha. It will be forgotten and all this will be for naught. He says, no, by my grace, Mahadev, Lord Shiva says, Vishnu, you are the one single-handedly in this form brought joy and happiness, Kushi, to Mother Earth in this form. And because of that, you see every place your hoof press in that battlefield, a grass is going to grow. From the base of that grass, Brahma will sit. In the middle stem, Shiva will sit. And on the tips, Vishnu Baba, you will sit. And because you brought the Kushi or the happiness, that grass is going to be called Kusha grass. Happiness bringing, happiness granting, protecting because of this form. That same as in hog for children, hog head, pig head. Shiva is always there working with him. Hanuman is there with Ram. When Dattatreya comes as part Vishnu, Durvasa Rishi comes as part Shiva. Durvasa is the one who tested Krishna. When we have yag like this morning, the gobar and the cow mutra, the cow urine, the cow gobar, the milk, the dahi, the ghee, we use it to get sin off the person. You doubt me? Where it is bathed, the saga boy and the saga girl when they're getting married, morning for the wedding. Where you're bathing them in milk and dahi and ghee for. If your karma is you're going to face trouble in marriage by the mother's milk, please take off this karma. Now go and get ready to marry. Add on the urine and the gobar. People scorn we own religion, but that Gau Mata is made, created. The Katha says she will wash you clean, Panch Gavya. That's why you just bathe the dead, you just bathe the child when they now cut hair, etc. You come from funeral and you just bathe. Cleanse the body. From us out, come back to south, clean. When all this is happening, the goddess becomes very perturbed that Shiva, the one who is the closest to Vishnu, look, you have Vishnu's seat, look at how much preparation you make for him. But my Ishwar, my counterpart, you didn't put anything for him. How? How could you leave him when you know fully well, that same Vishnu pleads, begs, appreciates that Shiva, Rameshwar, that same Shiva Vishnu form, they are one and the same. How could you see separate entities? She says, my skin is burning. Father turned around and he asked, why? What is your problem? I do not appreciate the person you got married to. And I am the great Prajapati. I am the great son of Brahma. I could do what I want. You are a child in front of me. Why is your skin burning? Your husband wears a string of skulls, Mundamala, around his neck. How could he be invited to my pure sattvic prayer with all of those nasty things on his body? She says, you who wish to do all this prayer, whether it is praviti or nivriti, there's nothing that will help you. Two fancy words. Types of prayer. Using external prayer, focusing on the outside. I see the sun, I bow to the sun. I see the fig tree, I bow to Lord Vishnu. I see the tulsi tree, I do it. I see these names, I see the prasad. And he says praviti is the weaker form of worship. You'll find it in Gita chapter 18 verse 46. The person who worships me in those physical forms, the shaligram, you will find me. But the person who only focuses, think what we just do, nothing wrong with it, but think what's in. The parasad have to be this. I have to wear a particular color. The focus is the physical, out. But inside, internally, are you developing? Are you able to walk away? Nivriti is to stop. Knowing when to do is praviti, when to offer. I will fast. I know how to stop. I know how to prepare myself for certain goodly things. But some people lack the inner control when to hold up, give up. As I was saying earlier, I have a 89-year-old who still want to go and plant peas. I planted peas my whole life. I cannot stop. I cannot walk away. There are many people who work their whole life, grumble about the job, and the day they resign, it's better you tell them, die. What to do now? I don't even know what to do with myself. But he says, the person who understands praviti, do the charity, do the work, do. But suppose now I don't have the physical strength to lift the big bandara pot. Don't do. Do it in a different way. Manas prayer, for example. Say the prayer here. Find him here. Find him here. You get a stroke, but you only cry and look how I come. Whole. Your circumstance different. If I sit in the mandir, yes, I could go and touch and pray. But if I'm sitting in an airplane and there's no murti, there's no tulsi plant, there's none of that, I'll find him in my heart and I'll adjust myself. And I don't need to get up, bend, move, but I'll do the same work and I'll get the same blessing. He says, she is telling him, Gita tell me and you, if you do praviti or you do nivriti, you will find God. Go in your Gita chapter 18. Verse 30, you'll see it. and then go again, you're sitting 46. He's telling you, you do whichever one. See me inside, the day you can't get up, the day you, maybe as a lady, the monthly come, as a man, maybe you find Pinda, somebody now pass away, and Baba can't come and do the Hawan for whatever reason. Okay, you could still pray. Do it different. I can't afford like Vasudev in the jail cell when Krishna born. When he saw the form manifest in front of him and he saw from big 400 form to baby, immediately Vasudev inside the jail cell gave thousands of cow in Dan. I can't do it, I can't hold it, I can't touch it, I can't afford it. But I'm doing it. One day I'll manifest, I'll do it, I'll get it. Do it. That blessing will follow you. Nivriti. But Sati says, partner, you could do praviti, you could do nivriti. Nothing will help you because of how corrupted your tongue, your body, your mind, your throat is full of sin. And my body is burning because I, in this body, I am attached to you. I am called your daughter. She focuses the different apanaya, pranaya, uddanaya, and she's guiding the Shakti to cause the heat. When you mix different chemicals together, whilst it is reacting, heat is emanating from that. Mix baking soda and vinegar, you'll see it. The bubbling, it comes with temperature. And she starts with this different mode, the snake that is sitting on the spine, with great amount of heat now. She burns the body. To show Shiva, I am not going to stand here and listen to somebody persecute Jagat Guru, the God, the Guru of this entire universe. When people are abandoned, when people have no Guru, when people have no parents, Shiva is there. And you want to hurt and harm him, I will never support that. And the mother does burn herself. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Narad Muni comes, hear trouble. Narad Muni comes to go and tell Shiva, you hear what happened? She gone. And she burned. Sati is burning, you know. And the third eye of Shiva opened, knowing fully well what was coming. Because of the nefarious acts of Prajapati, he pulls one strand from the eyebrow. Virabhadra comes, this massive form. The teeth is so big it cannot be enclosed in the mouth. He's gargling foam. And he tells Virabhadra, go. And you see where that goddess is disrespected? Destroy that place. You hear in many examples Vishwamitra, when Ram went with Vishwamitra, when he ends up in the Swayambar of Sita Mata. Vishwamitra is great, Vashish is great, but all of them, as they go to do Havan, demon come in to throw bones and bodies inside the Havan. They are under attack till today, just like me and you. When somebody says, we're wearing Kusha Setu Deva, Kush grass on your ring finger, protect the person, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Protect them, they want to do a little prayers. When you see the Pandit sprinkling water, Om Apavitra, Pavitra, dear God, you consign your force in this water and run Jambi, run spirit. When you see the person bathing with the Gaumutra and different things, and they are asking God, give me a chance to pray. Allow me the integrity, my own body just let me down. I'll get diarrhea now, my cycle go come, I'll catch cramp, my blood pressure go drop. Anything to break me from the sankalp of doing my prayer. Oh my God, whether the demon is outside or the demon is inside, it coming. You have prayers that in the morning everybody gonna make your costumos. That is the time somebody gonna forget to pick the leaf, pick the flowers. Where, oh God, this husband of mine, you know the man I dig the hole for the jandi. Test this come in different form just to throw you off. Mahadev says wherever that goddess, and God make everything, wherever that goddess is not respected, you go and bring destruction there. For that reason, when you go to your funeral next, when you go to your wedding next, watch, you'll see Govar, amongst other things. Protect this place. When Lakshmi Mata wanted to go in the cow, when they're going to call Lord Krishna to come. Ram left the earth, there's no Krishna yet. Lord Vishnu, please come, we have a lot of trouble. Lakshmi Mata wants to fit inside the cow, but there's no space. She said, "Oh, go ahead, I'll come next time." Brahma says, "Ma, if you don't go, we may not get through. If you sit in the waist, in the intestine, the gobar of the heifer, the female cow, from today, whenever there's an altar, if that gobar is not applied, if it does not demark, if it does not lipe that spot, it will not be fitting to call any devta to sit there." Do you know how many people, if they ask you why it is lipe a bedi, Pandit tell me to do it, Pandit Adish tell me to put my hand in that. But if you watch it, you see it in all funeral, amongst other places, when they now cut the hair of the child, the first haircut, when they just make the little ponytail, and the baby cut in the hair, they just put that hair in gobar. Lakshmi Mata, if you sit in the gobar, wherever you are placed, bad people, bad things, unrested souls, people with secondary motive, living people who wish to do you bad, cannot come close. Go in the wedding. When Poa fixing Tanti and all is fix the kalsa with gobar, why are you doing that for? The people name inside the kalsa, they want to get married, and somebody else watching them out of jealousy. Dear mother, please protect these children, simple language, as they are about to get bonded. Don't let trouble take them. Many examples like that. When she is respected, when she comes and she's worshipped, hence and you just do prayers for Gauri or the little gobar and the baby. When you're finished with that gobar, what you're supposed to do, me and no Pandit, I just throw it in the river. I don't know about you, but I do my prayers to purify my house. I have bandit trouble, I have fire trouble, I have a very stupid child. I have some trouble. How about after I do the prayers, offer the sindoor, the flowers for the Gauri, for the goddess, I mix it in some water and I mop out my house. A little bit, me saying, a pong. A little bit. You mightn't smell it, you wouldn't see it. But wherever the gobar is, just like in the funeral, bad can come, Lakshmi is present, bad days, bad dreams, none of these things could come. You will hear somebody say, "This house clean now, the prayers do are feeling light." You just see people in other religion lighting incense. I'll ever see that. When we had the puja store, prayer used to buy all type of incense, and Paul's and Michael's and this and that. Ask them what they lighting incense for. It smell good. You want to know why I just light incense? Because incense stick is gobar. I don't know if you know this. The black stick you just have, that is gobar mixed together with flowers, rolled by somebody's hand on a piece of bamboo. And when you light it, you are burning the Lakshmi, the gobar, to fumigate, like a mosquito, fumigate bad away, zombies, spirit, people commit suicide, heaviness, go from here. Why? The Bhaga or the Lakshmi inside that gobar is purifying the place. That is why we light incense. That is why we pass it through the house. And we ask God, please make this place from where it is to better. Money is coming. I have a good cash flow, but as it flow in, it is flow out. I want to see a change. I want to see a difference. Okay, it have a way to clean your house. This is some examples. Imagine if we had the knowledge to do it, to use just gobar. Me talking about gold. Just gobar. And I could use it like a tool to fix my life, to fix my house, to fix my family. If I only know this, man, I wouldn't have some of the nightmares I just be having. Whole day talking about how I just dream all kind of craziness. Prem se bolo Adi Shakti Mata ki jai. Virabhadra, go. And you see anywhere that lady is not called and worshipped, destroy. Prem se bolo Adi Shakti Mata ki jai. He went in that yag, and every kalash, every single container that held something of importance, he destroyed it. For this reason, till today, when I started my time as a Pandit, as a Gosine focuses on Shiva worship to make sure that Shiva is calm when Yagya, when Sanskar, when these things are done. Kali Yuga is coming. Do you see a dedicated Pandit doing Shiv Puja? When I was young, we were told, both, for the older ones here, you would remember Vistabella Baba. I used to call him Santa Claus, who used to be by Pandit Krsna and them. One big long beard. I remember I got one clout in my head. I'm telling you the truth. I was 13 years old and I was learning. Pandit Jivan is on the Singhasan. I used to call him Santa Claus. Santa Claus sit down next to me, and I forget. In them, there's no cell phone, but I forget Om Namah Shiva, and I start to study what they by my foot. All I know, back of my head, do your job, Gosine. Prayers going on. If Shiva becomes unhappy in these people's place, what they paying you for? What they call you here for? What is your focus? Kali Yuga is coming and nobody's doing that anymore. When people see how much pundits that is invited for my yag, nowadays children wouldn't understand. These God children ask me, you have plenty of friends, you just invite your friend in prayers. The truth is no. These people are chanting Gayatri at a minimum. And if we who have problem get a arti them, touch their foot and take, when somebody say, what are you bowing for? You touch the foot to get some of their energy. For you, to help you in your life. If I touch 40 feet, wow. Oh boy, if I get 40 men to say that Gayatri, ladies, everybody, and bless me, wow, I might see betterment. That is how you do it. You use your prayers like a tablet. When you have a headache, you take paracetamol. I agree. Otherwise, if you don't take that tablet, Pandit, I'm being kind of stupid, I'm just living with my headache. I'm not doing the right thing. Agreed. When you stop having the headache, maybe you don't have to do all the prayers. I agree. But when you're in trouble, you need prayers. But you have to know how to take that tablet, Aspirin good, but don't take 10 aspirin same time. The same tablet will kill you. If not done properly, the prayers could cause you bad karma. Do it properly. And God is making miracles happen in your life. When all this destruction happened, the last thing Virabhadra did, in his hand, he has long, sharp nails. He went close to Daksha and he said, anybody who prays the Lord Shiva a lot tends to have a little high temper. That when things are wrong, they cannot control themselves. Virabhadra says, that mouth way say all those hurtful things to Lord Shiva, and he slap, and with the slap slice, take the head clean off. The father of Sati Devi dies. Body drops, so head went this way. Then Virabhadra leaves the Yagyashala to come back by Lord Shiva. Lord Vishnu comes to beg on behalf of everybody. Please, Ishwar, please forgive them. Ease them. Mahadev Baba says something very, after they pray, there's a prayer that Brahma says that we use in Yag. When people have children, think what I'm saying is good to hear a story, don't get me wrong. But what I want to impress upon you, even when there's corruption in the example of the devatas, there's a prayer that when people are confused and they don't know which way to get help, I don't know which doctor is the one to help me, I don't know if this surgery will work, I don't know if this medication, this therapy will work, nothing is seeming to work and I am confused. There is a particular prayer where you are calling on Shiva to make the magic happen, and what is impossible, what seems to be a hard wall, it stops, and somehow by the grace of God, you're able to cross that barrier. Brahma came. Let me do one verse, right? And no time against me. Put your hand together. Think about your trouble for a second. You have a hard-headed child home. That's a hard privilege, child. For all of you who viewing, who fighting in your marriage, for 1 second, you come to pray. Pray for yourself. Don't only sing, learn to talk to God. Dear God, I have this trouble. Maybe if I say this prayer, maybe God could shine some grace on me. Nave satatam tvam sharanyapi pitad Shiva bhuteshu sarvateshu param tattvam bhutani shama shama pratna jagadishwara dikshakam pranita rohisho yapi bhedayeshatam Pashunam Pashupati Karamadeshu Durashaya Pura Shambhu Shambhunata He Shiva Joya Smrata Girisha Mahesha Datta Tinashi Tarantar Nama Mahadev Maha Atman Mahadhyanam para Shiva Yasmantam Pushtakaranam Sada Shiva Shambhunata Pritavinathaya Karunathaya Kripanathaya Namo Namam Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Earlier we were talking about the way people pray. And I used the example that the knowledgeable Hindu Sanatanist learns that in mantra, you call on him in two ways. The name, Om Namah Shivaya, for example, I bow to the one called Shiva, or his power, Om Triambakam Yajamahe, I bow to the one who, when he blesses devotee, not even death will come. When death is coming, Mrityunjay will push it away. When that is certain, he could make that change. I bow to him. He has the capability of making that possible. Brahma says these verses and begs Shiva, please, please, I don't even know how to move on. My son, my hope, my plan, my big boy is lying, dripping blood on the floor. We came to do prayer, but in that prayer, there's destruction. Mahadev, in verse 2 of chapter 7, Skanda 4, for those of you watching me online, Pandit from the Fiji Islands, this is the verse that he says, I do not hold on to the mistakes. My eyes do not dilate when children make sinful actions. I am the first one to forgive them, but they have to ask for forgiveness. They have to atone. They have to know, they have to learn, they have to grow. But if you want to remain the monster, well, then I will have to punish you until you learn and grow and better yourself. He says, now that son of yours will revive by my grace, but now put a goat's head on his body. And with that new form, that Pashu form, because of his behavior, let him be like an animal. But now, very humble, allow him to do out his prayer. Maitreya tells Vidur, for this reason, the person who is striving to do any type of endeavor, any type of sacrifice, yagya means sacrifice. The person asks Ishwar in different forms to protect the mandap, the place. Just as how Krishna, as good and powerful Krishna, has to ask Durga, and he says, come, I will propagate your worship. Today is the Shashti day. Krishna is the one who says they will worship you. In the same way, you are doing his worship. But if you do not ask Shiva to protect that mandap, to hold that chandani, that covering, that prayer, that home is going to be riddled with pain and punishment until you fix it. When people do prayer poorly, when people prepare poorly, meaning fasting, your mind, etc. When people do the prayers in a rajasic way, tamasic way, I'll do the prayers, but I'm doing it to show the neighbor I can do prayers, and not maybe the focus on the God or the divinity. That prayer brings about poor results. And you will hear people say it happens every day. You know how much diarrhea is over? I did Jagawin mantra more than you, Pandit, and not one day am I happy. But the sinful person does not have the drishti to look inward and see, are you doing something wrong? Could you do this better? A simple example, like if I check somebody patra, and in today's world of technology, I just type up the remedial work. Say this job, say it this way, face it this way. And I will read it out for the person. So at home, you could press play and you're with me, I'm with you. You're learning how to say the mantra. Long ago, the Pandit with limited resources used to write it on paper and say, right, go home and say this prayer. By the time you reach by the road, you forget what you say. Truthful. So could you imagine in those days how many people mispronounce these prayers? But with the goodness, you're saying prayers. But in all fairness, it's a different language. You're hearing it and you might still say it wrong. Much more for not knowing how to pronounce properly, to read properly. And you have to say this thing properly. And I'm wondering why. why I'm not seeing my way. But in sight of those mistakes, how many times people said the prayer. Think about this now. I really make all the mistakes that when they talk about it. You know, I never leap in my baby when I'm doing my prayers. I really say I Skanda go by and me, I want to touch it. I never do the sanskar to cut the child here, but the child still talk. And the thing is with this, that is the power of your Christian. That we are imperfect beings. We do make mistakes. This life, the purpose of yag like this is to grow and learn. I agree. But if we examine one another, you will find weaknesses in our past, present, and maybe future. You will forget something. I will sit there to do Havan and I will study what prayer cooking today, boy. It is happening. But with practice, you are able to control yourself. If you only go to prayer when you are in trouble and you do it like that, imagine me with my big belly. I never practice lifting weights. I never run a mile. I never climb a hill. All right, let's do it, man, from here to Mount St. Benedict. Partner, my muscle can't make that. I go blow like a bison and fall down somewhere. But when you do train your stomach to fast, to train your mind to hold that God, when you don't train your breath, how you going to do it the day trouble come? The day something come to mash up your living, mash up your house, mash up your child, and you have no knowledge of that God, you are ill prepared for this life. Because you know what? God was supposed to make everything easy for me. And I was somebody tell me which part that come from. This life is full of tests. We are sinful people. If we was godly, we would have be with God. But in this life, the question comes, you believe in God, let me see what you're going to do. The day you end up in a little traffic, will you ask God for help or will you curse God? God, this is where you're going to give me. The day the gas run out of the car, the tire get flat, you know how much time I just get vexed, so God, I go reach late for my prayers. Not knowing God just saved me from an accident 10 miles away. Truthful. We doesn't know, but everything is blame God for it. Never blame yourself. Tonight, having read this, the goddess is gone. And when she went in a different text, and Mahadev was crying, he held the burning body in his hand after he talked to them. And just with the earring fall, the Manikarna, where she bosom fall, where she womb fall burning, until today, all the gut you're seeing in there, the different places they burn dead, from those days to now, every day bodies are burning. When people go Varanasi and different places, they burn their dead. In those places, the hotels are different. Somebody's terminal, they have cancer, stage 4, life is leaving the body. That person pays the hotel, just as how I'll pay you to cook food and bring morning service for me. When I die, I am paying you now, I live in. When I die, dress me accordingly, bathe me with the urine, the gobar. My children won't do that. Put me on a stretcher and take me to that gut, jam that river, and burn my body. That is part of the package that some people take up. It is a common thing. Sometimes when you see people in those movies on the shoulder piece, and you see they're going in that way, that is what they're doing. Principle of Indravan Bihari Lala ki jai. Guruji, what is the benefit of listening to this lesson of Daksha? Daksha with his goat head sat down. Lord Vishnu did the prayer. Shiva is crying one side, and the tears of Mahadev, the Rudraksh came. Rudraksh, the teardrops from the eyes of Rudra. And wherever this Rudraksh manifested as a seed, you wear it, you put it in your car. Me, I know what he put that there for, you know. He is wearing it. What's his body? He is Shiva and he wearing his own tears. Wherever one grain is, Shiva is standing there. Wherever Shiva is standing, protection comes there. The Pandit is wearing the mala around in your partner. You had Jambi by your house. Me, oh Jambi touched me. I wear in my God. What you just do? That is only for the Baba to wear. Shiva made that for everybody, including himself. Watch how he have it. All on the arm, all on the neck, like a decoration to protect him from unrighteousness and unrighteous people. Tonight, Guruji says the person who learns the history of Daksha And the person who learned the lesson of harboring ill will against Shiva, but you think you could worship Vishnu. You think you understand that God. The mercy of Krishna is not afforded to people like that. That in your delusion, you get punishment until you understand when somebody says everything comes from God. If everything comes from God, tell me how you could hate some. How you could watch some children and say, babe, you could drink some water, and this one, your head, your fiber head, you can't drink water by my house, sorry. Because of your surname, you're Muslim, you're a different religion, go from here. And drag and drive people like dog, but God make everybody. Then the hypocrite is me and you. And to be quite frank, he says in Bhagavad Gita chapter 12, you cannot expect to harbor that racial and prejudice and then call yourself my child, my devotee. The person who could get rid of that animosity, that person is most dear to me, O Arjun. Tonight, the person who listens to this lesson is spared the confusion that this highly placed man called Daksha. Till today, I don't know if you ever do Daksha Puja. Think about that. He's so great. Sati Mata is his child. But nobody does his prayer. There's no mantra. People do puja for Narad Muni. People call Narad Muni's name in different worship. Nandi Mokshad, for example. The Munis, the Sapta Rishi, etc. But nobody does Tarpan offerings or anything for Daksha because of this. The pain he caused Shiva. He caused him to cry. He says the person who learns from this lesson, humbles themselves and change course in terms of their vision and drishti to prayer, never inherits that confusion that causes an individual to be so blind that you become your own enemy. The person who is able to recite this, hear it, cause somebody else to hear it, and the person is addicted, whether in this life to tablets or some painkiller, codeine, and nowadays drugs. The things that they fixated on in today's world, children can't put on the phone, brother. The different things that you have to go to get dopamine or that happiness. Once I check TikTok today, once I do it, one more mom hiding in the bed now and they can't put on the phone. But they're talking to all kind of crazy monsters on that phone at the same time. It's not to say good. Those types of addiction and the depression that comes with it, the person is saved from that. When there isn't an easy fix for parents, in the example of parents and children, and you're in this kind of scenario, this discourse recited in a person's place, in their home, in their temple, gives the person, just by listening to it, that type of blessing, that you are not going to be the monster in your story. Prem Sabalo Mahapati Mahadeva ki jai. Shri Vindravan Bihari Lala ki jai. Everybody, this brings me to the end of this third discourse. I hope as we celebrate this Bhagavad, listening, as you know, I don't like to waste time. I'm giving you discourses that benefit you, especially when you have trouble. This is why we put together so much effort to do work. Please take these things and put it to practice. For those of you that are watching online from wherever you are, remember these things. If you're watching it on the repeat, on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, wherever it is, God bless you, and may you be saved, like we're saying here, from the confusion, from the type of confusion that exists inside some people's life, around some people, in the example of children bringing monsters into your house. God bless them that they could improve. Prem Sabalo Adi Shakti Mata Ki Jai. Everybody, let's all stand as we do closing arati, as time has run away from me. For those of you online, continue with us in the morning. If you all here, home in the temple, could come, you're welcome to come. We'll be doing different Bandeshwari Puja in the morning, different mantras, chanting, prayer continues. Tomorrow is the Saptami day, it's the Surya Narayan day. Puja is going to be running for the next few days. Please put your hands together. Remember where we talk about the value of this thing. And as I make this offering, dear God, at a very personal level, I understand why I do it now. I didn't know before. Close your eyes. And very easy. It's time to say good night, God. It's time to go home now. जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को
पाप से है तारती।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती,
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला।
ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला।
हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही,
हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही,
जग की मंगल की आरती। Everybody.
को पाप से है तारती।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती,
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो,
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 गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो,
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो,
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो,
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो,
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद 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 बोलो।
Together, everybody. No drum, eh? No. Just sing from your heart a little bit. Sometimes God, I should be happy, you know. Prabhu, it's not that I am ungrateful, but sometimes the hardship is bite a little hard. Shri Krishna Govinda Hari Murari, Hey Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Hey Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Hey Nath Narayana
Vasudeva,
Govinda Bolo Hari. Sing a little bit now. You know, Krishna is the one when Kalia was poisoning all the water, he come and he danced on them teeth for you and I. When the rain was falling, he lift up that Govardhan to protect you and I. Till today we just do the prayer and ask God, that Govardhan in front of you for a reason. Protect me from the hardship, the weight and the rain that is ponging my life. Krishna, and I wouldn't sing for you one day. I complain to you every day. You give me breath to complain. God, is your bad eyes? Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, Hey Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Hey Nath Narayana
Yena Vasudeva Govinda Bolo Hari Gopal Govinda Bolo Hari Gopal Govinda Bolo Hari Gopal Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva. Everybody. Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva. Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva. Tvameva Sarvam Tvameva Sarvam together. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Prem se bolo Mahapati Mahadeva ki, Pawana Putra Hanuman ki, Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki, Jai 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 Sitaram. Sitaram everybody. Please have a listen.